Hello everyone and welcome to our educational presentation. My name is Paul Arsov and I'm the founder of the Decentralized Web project. The topic of our educational presentation today is understanding the world through stories. I'm going to start right away with the presentation, and when we are looking at our present day cultural environment, we are going to notice that there is a creeping anti-creative mindset infiltrating our culture. It's usually championed by folks who wear their disdain for fiction as a badge of honor, dismissing novels and stories as frivolous distractions from the real think and real learning. This perspective, born from our society growing data-driven obsession with efficiency, fails to grasp the profound value of storytelling. In their pursuit of cold hard facts, these wannabe pragmatists are unwittingly cutting themselves off from one of the humanity most powerful tools for understanding the world and ourselves. This mindset gets worn like a badge of honor by self-proclaimed rationalists, productivity obsessives, hostile bros, and narrow-minded science types. It goes something like this. Fiction relies on made-up characters, plots, and metaphors to explore aspects of reality and human nature. Therefore, it's an inefficient way to learn. Why bother with all that fluff when you could just dive straight into the core ideas? On the surface, that might sound logical. After all, we are living in the age of information overload. Time is precious. Why not cut to the chase and absorb knowledge in its purest form? Well, because that's not the way knowledge works. The neural dance of fiction. This view fundamentally misunderstands the human brain, how we process information, and it means to learn. Our brain doesn't really distinguish between a fiction and reality as much as we would like to think. When we are engrossed in a good story, our neural circuits light up as if we are actually experiencing the events. It isn't passive entertainment, it's a full-on cognitive workout. We're not just reading about characters' triumph or heartbreak, we're actually feeling it. Our palms may sweat, our hearts might race, and for a brief moment we are living a life that isn't ours. This is our brain building new neural pathways, expanding our capacity for empathy and for capacity for learning. Our brains are wired for narrative. We have been feeling and telling stories since we first huddled around fires, trying to make sense of that big, scary world around us. It is how we process information, how we connect with others, and how we understand ourselves. Stripping away the story, often means stripping away the very thing that makes an idea stick in our mind. When is the last time we remembered statistics or a dry fact for more than few minutes? Now, when is the time we forgot the plot of our favorite movie or book? Yeah, I, we thought so. Story have a way of burrowing into our minds, setting up shop and influencing our thoughts and behaviors long after we have chosen the book or left the theater. Sure, not all fiction is created equal. For every mind-bending perspective shifting novel out there, there's a mountain of pulp that's about as intellectually nutritious as a bag of stale chips. And again, sure, if we are looking to learn about quantum physics or the intricacy of geopolitics, we are probably better off hitting the textbooks or scholarly articles. But even in non-fiction, we are still dealing with narratives. Every author, no matter how objective they claim to be, is crafting a story. They're selecting which facts to include, which to omit, and how to string them together in a way that makes sense. In a way, we are always reading fiction. It is just a matter of degree. So when someone says they find it more efficient to learn core ideas directly, we have got to ask what does directly even means when everything is filtered through someone's perspective. The line between fiction and non-fiction, between story and reality, is not blurrier than we like to admit. Our entire lives are built on narratives, the stories we tell ourselves about who we are, what we are capable of, and how the world works. We think we are making rational decisions based on cold, hard facts. But think again. Every choice we make is influenced by the narratives we have internalized, many of which we picked up from, you guessed, stories. Um, Look at the big picture of the human progress. The most revolutionary ideas, the ones that have truly changed the whole course of history, often started as fiction. Science fiction has predicted and inspired countless technological achievements. Philosophical thoughts and experiments have shaped ethical frameworks. Even religious parables, regardless of our beliefs, have profoundly influenced human behavior and our social order. These aren't just the idle tales. They're the breeding ground for the core ideas that our STEM-focused friends are so eager to learn directly without the stories themselves. Um, like the stories are the petri dishes where we cultivate new ways of thinking, new possibilities for what could be. Even if we're not fans of fiction books, we're still consuming and creating fiction every day. Every time we imagine a future scenario, every time we try to understand someone else's perspective, every time we dream, we are engaging in a form of storytelling. The human mind is a narrative engine. We can't help but string events together into coherent tales, even when there is no inherent connection. It is how we make sense of the chaotic mess of stimuli we are bombarded with in every waking moment. And it is not just a passive process. These stories actually actively shape our reality. The placebo effect is an example of how powerful our internal narrative can be. Tell someone a sugar pill will cure their headache, and often enough it does. The story they believe about the pill becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Their brain, convinced by the narrative, actually changes their physical reality. This is called hard neuroscience. The story we believe literally rewire our brains, changing how we perceive and interact with the world around us. When we dismiss fiction and stories as mere entertainment or a roundabout way of exploring ideas, we are missing the big picture. We are underestimating the profound effect that stories have on our lives, our societies, and our future. Does that mean we should all abandon non-fiction and dive headfirst into sea of novels? Of course not. This immerse and immense value in direct learning, in grappling with ideas in their purest form. But to dismiss fiction entirely is to cut ourselves from a fundamental aspect of human cognition and experience. We need both. We need the rigorous analysis of nonfiction and the imaginative exploration of fiction. We need direct engagement with ideas and the indirect, often subconscious absorption that comes from losing ourselves in a story. These core ideas that the anti-fiction and anti-stories crowd wants to learn directly. They didn't spring fully formed from the ether. They evolved through countless interactions of storytelling, both fictional and non-fictional. They're the distilled essence of humanity, collective imagination, honed over millennia of yarn spinning, tale telling, and bullshitting around campfires and caves. When we pick up a book, whether it's a weighty tome of philosophy or a dog-eared paperback thriller, remember, we are not just reading words on a page. We are engaging in an ancient, powerful form of idea transmission. We are plugging into the collective consciousness of humanity, absorbing not just facts and figures, but ways of thinking, feeling, and being. The next world-changing idea may not come from a textbook or a lecture. It may come from a story that sets our mind on fire and shows us a possibility we never considered before. It may come from a work of fiction that paradoxically reveals a deeper truth about reality than any direct presentation of facts ever could. Nobody is asking us to make a cold, hard, black and white choice between fiction and non-fiction, between stories and pure ideas, between direct learning and storytelling. But we cannot ignore the power of narrative in all its forms and how critical learning is actually to expand our understanding of ourselves and our world around us. The reality is pretty weird. Sometimes the only way to really get at the truth is through some form of a lie. And that's not just a metaphor, it's a fundamental aspect of how our brain uh, works, how we learn, and how we grow. And with this said, I'm ending this educational presentation, and I'm coming back to the beginning of this presentation when I told you that my name is Paul Arsov. I'm the founder of the Decentralized Web Project, and I'd like to tell you about two projects that we're working on. The first project is our 3D NFT project, which we did release, and it's available. What is interesting, what is special, and what is unique about this project is these NFTs are based on three-dimensional objects. With three-dimensional objects, there has to be a special engine which reads the file of the 3D object. Then it puts this 3D object in a window and it displays the 3D object. Usually, developers and creators of 3D objects, they're using game engines, and currently there are two very popular choices of game engines used for displaying of 3D objects. The first game engine is called Unity, and the other one is called Unreal. But from the very beginning, we decided to build our own 3D software engine. And what this 3D software engine does is it reads the file of the 3D object, it opens a window on a computer screen, it loads the 3D object in this computer window, it opens and it starts animating it in a way of moving it in a random fashion around the window it did open. But in addition to a reading file, opening a window, loading and animating of 3D object, our 3D software engine has multiple additional capabilities. The first additional capability of our 3D NFTs is and 3D software engine is the capability of speaking. Our 3D NFTs can speak in one of three different voices. The 3D NFTs can speak either in a male voice or in a female voice or in a whisper kind of a voice. In addition to the three basic voices, there are three different flavors of voices. Voice can be spoken either in a normal speed manner, or in a fast speed manner, or in a slow speed manner. And if we take, for example, a male voice and it is spoken in a slow speed manner, then this voice can come as the voice of a very masculine person, or the voice of an old person. If on the other hand we take a female voice and it is spoken in a fast speed manner, then this voice can come as the voice of a little girl or the voice of a funny person. The second additional and important capability for our 3D NFTs is the capability of voice recognition. If like this capability allows us to give voice commands to the 3D NFT. For example, if we have a 3D NFT which is loaded and animated, moving it in a random fashion, then we can issue our very first voice command to this 3D NFT to stop moving. And then the 3D NFT is going to stand still and stop moving. We can issue following voice commands to the 3D NFT to move left, move right, move up, move down, zoom in, zoom out, rotate. And then the 3D NFT is going to fulfill each one of these separate voice commands and move left, then move right, move up, then move down, come closer, zoom in, go farther away, zoom out, and start rotating. The next additionally important capability is the capability of our 3D NFTs having basic artificial intelligence. Wow. You can ask the 3D NFT what is your name, and then the 3D NFT is going to reply with their name. You can ask the 3D NFT who are you, and then the 3D NFT is going to reply in few sentences of who they are. You can ask the 3D NFT to describe something, for example, describe Web3, or describe decentralization, or describe Russia. And then the 3D NFT is going to reply in few sentences and describe Web3 or decentralization or the country called Russia. The last but not least important capability of our 3D NFTs is the capability of 3D NFTs being projected in stereoscopics. What stereoscopics means is that part of the 3D NFT is going to be displayed in red or reddish colors, and other part of the 3D NFT is going to be displayed in blue or bluish colors. Then you can come to our 3D NFT marketplace, and probably now is a good time to tell you the name and the URL of our 3D NFT marketplace. It is 3dnft.decentralizedweb.org. 3D NFT is typed in a way of the number 3 followed by the letter D, followed by three other letters NFT, and it is all together 3D NFT. Then there is dot, then there are two words, decentralized and web, and they're typed all together, decentralized web. Then there is dot and it ends with org. Once again, 3D NFT dot decentralized web dot org. On the top of every page there are a number of links, and one of these links is going to be a link to accessories. When you click on this link, you're going to see that we're offering special glasses. You can click and order one pair of these glasses, and when you receive these glasses, you're going to see that one lens of these glasses is red and the other lens of these glasses is blue. Then you can put these glasses on. You can request displaying the 3D NFT in a way of stereoscopics, and then you're going to see the 3D NFT as coming out of the flat two-dimensional computer screen, and you're going to see it in real 3 dimensions. With this said, I'm going to end talking about our 3D NFTs collections and 3D software engine. But I like to tell you a little bit about our 3D NFT marketplace. In our marketplace, we have our own blockchain instance. It runs Ethereum software, and it is the same software which runs on Ethereum mainnet or on Binance Smart Chain or on Avalanche AVAX or on Polygon Matic or on many other famous or not so famous blockchains currently in operation. By having our own blockchain instance, we do not let our user to pay gas fees for the deployments of the smart contracts for the non-fungible tokens, and our users do not pay gas fees for transactions of transfer of ownership from one user to another user. In addition to this, we allow our users to purchase our 3D NFTs and receive proceeds from sale from our 3D NFTs in multiple crypto coins. Currently, the choices of crypto coins for buying and receiving proceeds from sale include Solana Sol, Polygon Matic, Avalanche AVAX, and Qcoin, which is a big centralized crypto exchange. They have a coin called KCS. In addition to buying and selling, receiving proceeds from sale in crypto, we have a second parallel and independent way of buying and receiving proceeds from sale, and it is done entirely in fiat currency. I can give an example. For example, you're a user, you come to our NFT marketplace, you browse through the collection of NFTs that we offer, you click on one that you like to purchase, and then you're going to be presented with a drop-down menu which has four different choices of paying with crypto, and fifth choice of paying with fiat currency. Let's say you click on the you select this pay, to pay with fiat currency. You click on the button to advance next, and then you're going to be asked to put the number of your debit or credit card. You click on the button to continue and make that confirm the transaction, make the payment, and then what is going to happen is there is going to be a conversion of the payment from your national fiat currency to US dollars, and it is going to be deposited in our bank account. We are going to follow this action with the second action of transfer of the initial ownership from our 3D NFT marketplace to you, and now you become the first user of this 3D NFT. So let's say you are playing with this 3D NFT for a while, and then at some point you decide to put this 3D NFT for sale. What is going to happen is that other users they're going to be coming to our 3D NFT marketplace, and let's say there's a second user who comes, they after browsing they like specifically your NFT that you put for sale. Then the second user like is presented with this drop down menu of payment with 4 different crypto coins or payment with fiat currency. Let's say the second user selects payment with fiat currency. So what's going to happen is there's going to be transaction and conversion of the payment from the national fiat currency of the second user, which could be different than your national fiat currency and different than US dollar. And this payment is going to be converted to US dollars and is going to be deposited in our bank account. So we're going to follow this action with the second action and transfer of ownership from you, the first user of this 3D NFT, to the second user, and now the second user becomes the current owner of this 3D NFT. So what is going to happen then is we are going to be having a third action, and we are going to be having transfer and conversion, transfer from our bank account to your bank account, and conversion from US dollars to your national fiat currency, and this converted amount is going to be deposited in your bank account. With this said, I'm ending this little introduction of the first project that we are working on, but I like to tell you about second project which is under development, and this second project is related with charging of electric vehicles and power management. So with the mandates in many countries to switch entirely to electric vehicles, like for example in some countries in 2035, then we are going to be having exponential increase in the numbers of electric vehicles sold on the market. And currently, the charging of electric vehicles is handled in a way similar to like loading fuel in internal combustion um, engine vehicles, which is done at a gas station. In a similar way to gas stations, there are some electric charging stations where there are limited number, maybe 2, 3, 4 electric charging columns, and like electric vehicles, they're coming, they're connecting the charging cable to their vehicle, then they wait for a specific amount of time, and then they leave. But we are estimating that ultimately, with the exponentially increasing number of electric vehicles, the number of these charging stations is going to be insufficient to handle the large number of electric vehicles um, which are going to be in operation and in existence in the future. So we are proposing so-called parking lot model, where the user can, like when they come to a parking lot, and this parking lot can be either the parking lot at an apartment building, if they live in an apartment building, then they come back from work, like, and they have we are proposing installing electric chargers at the place of the parking lot, and people when they come back from work, they are going to be able to charge their electric vehicles while they're at home. And in addition to this period of time, which is covering evening and night time and early morning, then we have many people working in office buildings which have their own parking lots. With this, in these parking lots, also there could be installed chargers which allow people to charge their electric vehicles, and they're going to do this during the work hours, which cover the period of morning, noon, and afternoon, maybe even the early evening. With this proposal, I like to tell you that we're building specific products. One type of these products is like electric current measurement product, and the other product is remotely controlled switch with a near field communication reader, so that like a person could use their debit card or credit card or token, which could be on their keychain, or they could use a specific near field communication card, or they could use even a near field communication ring to identify themselves to the charger, so that the charger can switch and turn on the power, and the user can connect the cable to their electric cable to their vehicle, they can start charging, and they are going to be billed for the amount of electric power they used for charging of their electric vehicle. With this said, I'd like to tell you that we did build a website which contains some articles. It contains surveys which you can fill, so that we like to find your specific need for products, and then also number of products which are currently under development, which you can take a look and express interest, and also you can subscribe to our mailing list as well. With this said, I like to tell you the name and the URL of the website of this second project that we're working on. It is power.rstack.com. Power is the ordinary word for power, then there is dot, then there is rstack, which I could spell it with Alpha, Robert, Sam, Tom, Echo, Charlie, Hotel, and it is altogether rstack, then there is dot, and it ends with com. With this said, I'm ending this educational presentation. Thank you for listening, thank you for viewing. Have a nice day, have a nice evening, and goodbye.